Hi, I'm Scoot, and welcome to the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. I want to take a moment to respond to a couple of criticisms, a couple of complaints, negative responses to the video that I posted recently about the controversy with CBS This Morning host Gayle King asking Stacey Abrams about dating. Stacey Abrams, a very popular activist, very popular politician. She almost beat the white incumbent. I don't know if he's incumbent or not, but the white governor of Georgia, Brian Kemp. She almost beat him in a race. He had like 50%. She had like 48.8% or something like that. I mean, it's very, very close. So she's getting a lot of attention. And rightfully so. She's a very smart, articulate person. But here's what I did. I defended Gayle King, and I still do. I defended Gayle King for asking her the question about dating. Because to me, and I used the wrong word. I used the word, this seemed to humanize Stacey Abrams. That was the wrong word for me to use. I should have said it made her seem more personal. It was more personal. It was reaching beyond the facade of her political activist image. Obviously, these are people who don't know who I am and don't listen to my radio show on WWL in New Orleans. Because those of you who know me, you know that these negative comments are really absurd. Carlton Taylor says, I stumbled on this, meaning the YouTube video. I stumbled on this and it got my interest because it reminded me of the Lisa Leslie interview about Kobe, in which she seemed to badger him about him. That's how I feel about Gayle King interviewing Black people now. They send her in to interview Blacks and ask the ridiculous questions because she's Black. This may or may not be true, but I've been over Gayle King since then. She seemed to be a groomed puppet for mainstream white media. I said, seems, but it doesn't feel good to me. And if it is true, we'll all know soon enough. If she missteps and the big media house, leaves her out there unprotected and on to the next hungry Black wannabe news star. And then here was a comment from Dr. Michael Walker. Stacey Abrams epitomizes what it means to be a humanitarian and doesn't need to be humanized. What you really mean in code is that she needs to be made more palatable to white audience. Those for whom she fights to enfranchise know that without asking who she dates. Her humanity is on constant display for those with an eye to see, but invisible to those who push, knowingly or ignorantly, a Eurocentric perspective and agenda. Now, if you really followed me here on my YouTube channel or on my radio show on WWL in New Orleans, you would know that the last thing that I do is push Eurocentric agendas or concepts. You know, I can't blame how I was born. I was born a white guy. I was born in New Orleans, but my family moved to the suburbs very early on because housing was more affordable. It wasn't that they were getting away from Blacks. It was that housing was more affordable and we could have a yard. So we moved out to the suburbs. So I essentially was raised in the suburbs. But I live in downtown New Orleans now. And I have lived in downtown urban areas in Philadelphia, Denver, Seattle, and a brief period in Portland. So I'm familiar with downtown areas. And again, I live in downtown New Orleans now. I can understand how people would misunderstand what I said about humanize her. And again, I think I chose the wrong word. I really meant to just say that for those of us who don't know her as well as some of you do, it seemed like asking Stacey Abrams a question about dating added an element to her, a personal element. And I misused the word humanize. It was, you know, I think because of who I am and because of my battle for equality every day on the air, I guess I was just comfortable saying that without thinking how some people would receive it. And remember, when it comes to communications, there are two things that always happen. There is intent and there's reception. And some people receive this not the way I intended it. I intended it as more of a comment about making her more personal, again, beyond the political and activist facade. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but one of the things that I always do when I interview people is you try to bring out this personal element. And so, especially considering that Stacey Abrams has written a romance novel, it seemed like that was a decent and fair question. And I still think it was a fair question. However, I do want to just unpack this this negative idea that if you don't know me and you just see this white guy on YouTube, this like purebred white guy talking about humanizing a Black political activist, I understand. I get why you think that was negative, because quite often the message is determined by the messenger. And if you knew me as the messenger I really am, I don't know if it would have been perceived that way. But I'm glad that new people are checking out the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel. And I welcome all of you. And I responded to the negative comments that I did receive. But I just wanted to clear this up and make sure that you knew that my intent was not like, we got to make this Black person human. Because look, on my radio show, I take a lot of criticism. I am not a conservative radio talk show host, and I'm in New Orleans on WWL Radio, 1 to 4 in the afternoon Central Time. And you can download the app Odyssey, AUDACY. Type in WWL. The app is Odyssey, AUDACY, and type in WWL. And I'm on the air Monday through Friday, tomorrow, and Monday through Friday from 1 to 4 Central Time. And you'll quickly learn that I get a lot of criticism from people who think that I am an N lover, that I am not standing up for my race. Well, the truth is, I don't stand up for my race. I stand up for equality. And for whatever reason, my life has been dedicated to fighting for equality, whether it's race, religion, gender, sexual orientation. I don't understand why so many people in 2021 are clinging to concepts of inequality. I mean, I do, and that'll be a topic for another video here on the YouTube channel. But I appreciate those of you who tuned in and those of you who discovered it. I hope you will become a subscriber if you have not. It's free, and we're just building this channel, and it's good that some new people are tuning in. So thank you for being with me, and I'm glad I had a chance to clear this up. And I'm Scoot on the Scoot on the Air YouTube channel.